Oh, what a morning. So, short version of a long story is I didn't fall asleep until 5 a.m. and I don't know why. But I was thinking about this. I know that I've done a few different projects and try to keep them going. I don't always succeed. I like them. I like the creative process. I want to do more, but I have difficulty both with time as well as keeping up with what do I say. So I was thinking of going back to the beginning and telling you a little bit of my story. So with that, let's start at the beginning. My name is Jonathan Patrick Weed. Most of you know me by Patrick, but my full name is Jonathan Patrick Weed. And I was born in Birmingham, Alabama. I was born in, I think it was Vestavia Hills Hospital. I know it was at least in Vestavia Hills because I know it's close to where my grandfather lived and his house was, and that was in Vestavia Hills. A little repetitive, I'm sorry. I haven't had my coffee yet. I ordered it from the wrong Starbucks this morning and had to jump back in the car and go to a different Starbucks. So I still haven't had my coffee. So bear with me on vocabulary and words, because that's not important for this. Anyways, what I want to do is not just tell you my earliest memories that I have, but also share with you different aspects that I've been told, different things that I've gone back and visited. Who knows? This could turn into more where other people get to input. Sorry, that car just turned left on red. Anyways, other people might get to input into this, but it's going to be an ongoing thing with different segments each day as I drive to work. So it's going to be in the car mostly with just me talking. If you're not interested, I'm sorry, you don't have to watch. But I know at least I'll be happy that I have a document of this, and I hope that one day maybe my kids will have a chance to listen to this story. So, after being born in Vestavia Hills Hospital, that might not be the right name, but I know that my parents lived in a house that my grandfather owned that I rented from him. I know that my parents eventually moved to California. Oh, dang it. Some of the names I won't remember. Maybe I'll come back to it later and try to input them, but I know that it was in California, not too far away from Los Angeles. Pasadena. It was in Pasadena. That's right. And I forget the name of the seminary, but my parents were going to seminary after finishing Bible college, and my parents were studying to be missionaries and to work with Muslims, which is a really big aspect of my story because that beginning of my parents has a major impact on pretty much my whole life. Even up until this point, has a very strong impact on me. And so they went to a seminary, I forget the name. It's in Pasadena. Go look it up. And the cool thing about it that is also very impactful from the beginning of my story is that my dad was in a class that was taught by John Wimber and Peter Wagner, which are two guys who are pretty famous if you know anything about the Vineyard movement. My dad was a good Presbyterian boy. Briarwood Presbyterian Church was where he went. I ended up going there later for school. We'll get to that one day on these stories. But that was a class where he experienced the Holy Spirit. And that was a big deal because that really changed him. It changed his whole life and how he looked at things, and ended up changing mine later. So Dad was studying. I've heard different stories about my parents there. The apartment they lived in, like my dad helped take care of it, and that's how they made some money. I've heard different stories about their friends and all of the stuff they used to do, the fun times they used to have. But this isn't mostly about my parents, it's mostly about me. But I'm gonna stop there because the thing I want to leave you with is that my parents were studying to be missionaries. And next time, we're going to talk a little bit. I'll have tangents, by the way. We might revisit things and go forward and backward in time as I tell this story. But next time, I'm going to tell you about my opinion on what a missionary is compared to a lot of additional opinions and pieces of information that people think about missionaries. So with that, I'll talk to you tomorrow.